Welcome to Auto Insider, your go-to source for cutting-edge car knowledge. Today, we're revving up our engines to explore the world of plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, or PHEVs. These modern marvels are like the Swiss Army knives of the automotive world, promising both electric efficiency and good old-fashioned gas power. But hold on to your steering wheels, folks. These high-tech rides come with their own set of twists and turns. Before we hit the gas, do us a solid and smash that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss our weekly dose of automotive wisdom. Alright, let's kick things off with our first hot topic: battery fade, the silent range robber. Imagine this: you've just scored a brand spanking new PHEV, boasting a sweet 30 miles of electric range. Fast forward a few years, and suddenly, you're barely squeaking out 20 miles. What gives? Well, my friends, that's battery fade doing its dirty work. It's like your car's battery is on a slow diet, losing a little juice every day. Why should this matter to you? Well, when you shell out for a PHEV, you're not just buying a set of wheels, you're investing in long-term efficiency. As that battery loses its oomph, you might find yourself cozying up to the gas pump more often than you'd like. And let's not even talk about replacement costs. We're in arm and a leg territory here, folks. Now, don't get me wrong, PHEVs aren't all doom and gloom. They're like having a superpower in the car world, offering flexibility that pure electric or gas guzzlers can't touch. But it's crucial to go in with your eyes wide open. Speaking of open eyes, let's zoom in on our second point: fuel efficiency roulette, the PHEV's split personality. PHEVs are often hyped as fuel-sipping champs, but here's the kicker: your mileage may do more than vary, it might take you on a wild ride. It's like having a fitness tracker that only works when you remember to charge it. Forget to plug in your PHEV, and suddenly you're hauling around a heavy electric system while burning through gas like there's no tomorrow. On short trips with a juiced-up battery, your PHEV can be greener than a freshly mowed lawn. But hit the highway for a long haul, and you might as well be driving a regular hybrid, or worse, a gas-guzzling dinosaur. It's a bit like ordering a side salad with your triple cheeseburger. The benefits can be, let's say, hard to spot. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying, but wait, what about that electric range? Isn't that the whole point? Well, buckle up, because that brings us to our third point: limited electric range, the PHEV short leash. Most PHEVs offer an electric range between 20 to 50 miles. For some, that's plenty for the daily grind. But for others, it's like trying to cross the ocean in a rowboat. It just doesn't cut it. If your commute stretches beyond this electric safety net, you'll find yourself tapping into that gas reserve more often than not. And let's not forget about range anxiety, that nagging feeling that you might not have enough juice to make it to your destination. It's like playing a constant game of will I make it? Every single day. Not exactly the stress-free driving experience we're all after, right? Now, I know what you're thinking: at least PHEVs are good for the planet, right? Well, fasten your seatbelts, because that brings us to our fourth point: environmental impact. Are PHEVs as green as they're painted? On the surface, PHEVs look like environmental superheroes, swooping in to save us from nasty emissions. But dig a little deeper, and the picture gets murkier than a poorly maintained engine. The production of these high-tech machines involves more resources than your average gas-powered car. Mining for battery materials isn't exactly a walk in the park for Mother Nature. And here's the real kicker: if you're not diligent about charging, or if your area's electricity comes from fossil fuels, you might as well be driving a regular hybrid. It's like ordering a veggie burger and slathering it in bacon. You're kind of missing the point. But don't throw in the towel just yet. PHEVs can still be a step in the right direction if used properly. It's all about finding that sweet spot between electric dreams and gas-powered reality. Now, let's talk about something that might hit a little closer to home for some of you speed demons out there. Point number 5. Weight and performance trade-offs. Is your PHEV a heavyweight champ or just heavy? PHEVs are like the sumo wrestlers of the car world, packing a lot of power, but also carrying around a lot of extra baggage. That battery and dual powertrain add hundreds of pounds to the vehicle. It's like trying to sprint while wearing a suit of armor. This extra heft can impact everything from acceleration to handling. Sure, that electric motor gives you a nice boost off the line, but once that initial burst fades, you might find yourself wishing for a bit more zip in your step. And when it comes to taking corners, let's just say PHEVs aren't exactly known for their graceful dance moves. But hey, if you're more about cruising in comfort than carving up canyon roads, this might not be a deal breaker for you. It's all about knowing what you want from your ride. Now, before we dive into our next point, I want to take a moment to thank you all for tuning in. If you're enjoying this no-holds-barred look at PHEVs, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video with your car-crazy friends. Your support keeps the Auto Insider engine purring. Alright, let's shift gears and talk about something that might make your wallet break out in a cold sweat. Point number 6. Complexity and maintenance costs. Are you ready for a high-tech headache? Owning a PHEV is a bit like adopting a high-maintenance exotic pet. Sure, it's cool and futuristic, but it also comes with its own set of special needs. You've got two powertrains to worry about, electric and gas. It's like trying to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle, doable, but definitely more complicated than your standard drive. When something goes wrong, and let's face it, something always does eventually, you can't just take it to any old grease monkey. You need someone who knows their way around both electric systems and internal combustion engines. And as you might guess, that expertise doesn't come cheap. Parts for PHEVs can also hit your wallet like a sledgehammer. It's like needing a special expensive brand of food for that high-maintenance pet we talked about earlier. You might save money on gas, but those savings can quickly evaporate when it's time for repairs. But don't let this scare you off completely. With proper care and maintenance, a PHEV can still be a reliable and efficient ride. It's just important to go in with your eyes and wallet wide open. Now, let's talk about something that might frustrate the car enthusiasts among us. Point number 7. Limited model availability. Can you find your perfect PHEV match? Shopping for a PHEV can sometimes feel like trying to find a four-leaf clover in a field of weeds. While the market is growing, your options are still pretty limited compared to traditional gas-powered cars or even fully electric vehicles. If you've got your heart set on a specific type of vehicle, say a sporty coupe or a rugged pickup, you might be out of luck. Most PHEVs fall into the mid-size sedan or SUV categories. It's like going to an ice cream shop that only offers vanilla and chocolate. Sure, they're good flavors, but what if you're craving Rocky Road? And here's another wrinkle. Some PHEV models are only available in certain regions or countries. It's like trying to get your favorite foreign snack. Sometimes, you just can't get it where you live. But don't lose hope. The PHEV market is evolving faster than a chameleon in a rainbow factory. We're seeing more options pop up every year. Who knows? Your dream PHEV might be just around the corner. Alright, let's plug into our next point. Number 8. Charging infrastructure. Are you ready to play the charging game? One of the big selling points of PHEVs is that you're not totally dependent on charging stations like you would be with a fully electric vehicle. But here's the catch. To really get the most out of your PHEV, you still need to charge regularly. If you don't have easy access to a charger, you might find yourself using that gas engine more often than you'd like. It's like buying a smartphone but never charging it. Sure, it still works as a regular phone, but you're missing out on all the cool features. Even with a home charger, you'll need to get into the habit of plugging in regularly. Forget to charge, and suddenly your fuel-efficient PHEV is just a heavier, more complicated gas car. And let's not forget about charging on the go. Most PHEVs don't support fast charging, so topping up at a public station can take hours. It's like trying to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a garden hose. It'll get there eventually, but you might be growing old waiting. But don't let this plug you down. With a little planning and some habit changes, charging can become second nature. It's all about adapting to the PHEV lifestyle. Speaking of lifestyle changes, that brings us to our 9th point, charging habits. Can you adapt to the PHEV way of life? Owning a PHEV isn't just about driving a different car, it's about embracing a whole new routine. It's like switching from coffee to green tea. Sure, they're both drinks, but the preparation and habits around them are quite different. You'll need to get into the habit of plugging in your car every night, just like you charge your phone. Forget to do this, and you might as well be driving a regular hybrid. It's like forgetting to set your alarm clock. You might still wake up, but you're not starting your day off right. You'll also need to rethink how you drive. To get the most out of your PHEV, you might need to adjust your driving style to maximize efficiency. It's like learning to play a new instrument. At first, it feels awkward and unnatural, but with practice, it becomes second nature. And let's not forget about keeping track of both your fuel level and your battery charge. It's like managing two bank accounts. You need to keep an eye on both to make sure you're not running low. But here's the good news. Once you adapt to this new lifestyle, it can become as natural as breathing. And the benefits, both to your wallet and the environment, can be as sweet as finding an extra fry at the bottom of the bag. Now we're coming up on our final point, and it's a doozy. Number 10. Resale value. Will your PHEV investment pay off or leave you high and dry? Buying a PHEV is like investing in a tech startup. It could pay off big time, or it could leave you wishing you'd stuck with the blue chip stocks. PHEVs often come with a higher upfront cost than their gas-only cousins. It's like paying extra for a Swiss Army knife instead of a regular pocket knife. Sure, it does more, but is it worth the extra dough? The long-term savings on fuel can be significant if you use the electric range effectively. But if your driving habits don't align with the PHEV strengths, those savings might not offset the higher purchase price. It's like buying a gym membership. Great if you use it regularly, Not so great if it just collects dust. And then there's the question of resale value. As technology evolves faster than a cheetah on roller skates, older PHEV models might become less desirable, especially if fully electric vehicles become more affordable and practical. It's like trying to sell an early smartphone in today's market. Sure, it was cutting edge at the time, but now it's about as useful as a paperweight. Government incentives can help reduce the initial cost, but these vary by region and can change more often than a chameleon's colors. It's like betting on a sports team. The rules of the game can change, affecting your odds of winning. So, what's the bottom line? Is a PHEV right for you? Well, that depends on your lifestyle, driving habits, and long-term goals. PHEVs offer a unique blend of electric efficiency and gas-powered convenience, but they come with their own set of challenges and considerations. If you're ready to embrace new technology, adapt your habits, and potentially save money on fuel in the long run, a PHEV could be your ticket to ride. But if you prefer simplicity, aren't ready to deal with regular charging, or do more long-distance driving than a cross-country trucker, you might be better off sticking with a conventional hybrid or gas-powered vehicle. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all solution in the automotive world. It's all about finding the right fit for you, like Cinderella and her glass slipper. And that, folks, wraps up our wild ride through the world of PHEVs. I hope this information helps you navigate the ever-changing landscape of automotive technology better than a GPS on steroids. Whether you decide to plug in or stick with traditional power, the most important thing is to make an informed decision. If you found this video more helpful than a mechanic on speed dial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button faster than a PHEV's electric motor off the line to stay up to date with all our latest automotive insights. What's your take on PHEVs? Are they the future of driving, or just a pit stop on the road to fully electric vehicles? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you more than we love the smell of new car leather. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep your engines running smooth, your batteries charged, and your sense of humor fully loaded. This is Auto Insider, signing off.